Another move under the radar. XRP is about to explode, and many people still think it's not. Many people say it's the same narrative as it's always been. Well, I'm about to tell you that it's different. We talked yesterday about meme coins on the XRPL. Well, tonight, I've got something even crazier. $1 billion worth of tokenized funds coming to XRPL. Sounds crazy? I'm going to break it all down for you in tonight's video. So make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Smash that like button over all-time highs. You guys have been killing it recently. I really appreciate it. With that being said, let's get into the video. So as we start to see Bitcoin rally and hopefully we start to look to test 70,000, XRP sits back about 1.5% down on the day. We'll touch on what that's going on, but this is big news. Equity Partners is about to launch a tokenized fund worth $1 billion. Now, the RWA narrative isn't something specifically synonymous with XRP or Ripple, but it's going to be a big player. DeFi, RWA, DePIN are going to be the big players of this bull market. And once again, it's coming to XRPL. So this tokenized fund will invest in data centers in the US, the UAE, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, India, and Europe, all of which XRP has a presence. And more importantly, and this is something that I guess when you start to connect the dots, you truly understand, have been building licenses, have options to trade over there, and ultimately have centers in which they can use. And I think that's a very important part. Investment banking firm Equity Partners announced the launch of $1 billion tokenized fund, combining equity and debt asset under the same basket. According to the October 22nd announcement, the new tokenized fund will focus on establishing data centers in the US, UAE, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, India, and Europe. Interestingly, indeed, now they were allegedly saying, quote, tokenizing private equity is another emerging use case for RWA, tackling the challenges of liquidity and limited access to these markets. David Schwartz, there, the chief technical officer of Ripple, giving his view on why this is important. So you may be thinking, hold on a minute, 2-bit. Data centers, I get it. And all of this tokenized assets, brilliant. Where does Ripple fit into this? Well, this is the crazy bit. The fund will rely on Zonic asset tokenization solutions and the dynamic, compliant, interoperable security token DSYS protocol. It will also leverage the layer 1 blockchain XRP ledger to explore new opportunities in real-world asset tokenization. Combined, these tools will convert the firm's assets into a tokenized financial instrument. So XRPL here is the glue that's going to bring everything together, the conduit, if you will, to support this tokenization of $1 billion fund. And bear this in mind, this is just to launch it. Who knows where this is going to go? This obviously is big news. And to give you a sense of where RWA is going to go and tokenization, look at the predictions that we've got from many of the big players in the space. McKinsey and Company predicting a $4 trillion market cap into 2030. You can say CT at 4 trillion, Roland Berger at 10 trillion, BCG 16 trillion, Standard Chartered going absolutely off the charts, thinking a $30 trillion mark could be crazy. This shows you the size of the prize. So break it down a little bit. You have meme coins, which we know are going to bring absolute focus to the chain and are going to start to bring volume. You also have financial infrastructure in which banks and many other instruments are allowed to use it. And now, tokenization of assets. The reality here is there anything that Ripple aren't doing? And I think that is the key to reference. Now, many people say, hold on a minute, 2-bit, this thing's going on, the SEC court case, what's going on with that? Well, again, we see some movement of funds. Now, I guess people will say, well, this is just another reason they're going to donate it to the Harris Fund. Who knows? Stuart Aldertree, though, expressed confidence in the firm position regarding the SEC lawsuit. We have actually seen some transfers of around $109 million. Is this a payment agreement? Are we going to see this finalization before 2 weeks' time the presidential election does come in? There's rumors that Gary Gensler will be moved aside. History says, generally with a new incoming sitting president, the SEC chair does tend to leave. And in fact, his time would be up in January. So could he even see this court case out? That would be the question for everybody. But Stuart Aldertree giving his view, and I guess, on where this could go. 2 potential outcomes. Aldertree emphasised outcomes the SEC is likely limited to 2 possibilities. Either the Second Circuit Court appeal will affirm Judge Annalisa Torres' ruling, or it will expand upon it. So what does he say specifically? The second clerics will ensure affirm Judge Torres and expand her ruling, the best SEC can hope for. This is ultimately that they say, yes, there is a little bit more to pay. The fee needs to be a bit higher. There is obviously problems over there. The second case would be ultimately that they end up arguing with Judge Torres that she wasn't a person of ordinary intelligence when she ruled against them. Pretty awkward in favor. So the reality here is there isn't a positive outcome when it comes to the SEC. Yes, they can get some more money, but the reality is, what does that do in the long run? not a lot. Bear in mind, they took 4 billion off Binance, 2 billion off Terraform Labs, and a couple of $100 million here and there from a few other people. So let's take a look at what's going on with XRP. So interestingly enough, a little bit of a pullback, like we said, 1.85%, nothing too crazy. Yes, we saw that movement. That's pretty much what this candle is right now, is what was moved around and ultimately sold. Again, is this the fine that's going to go in? Have we had to leverage a little bit more money? That's the question. Positive, being bought back up and still in an upward trend, I would argue, on this. RSI starting to trend in the right direction as well, but I think a lot is going to depict in the market. Where do we see Bitcoin going? Is XRP going to follow? And more importantly, what happens when this $1 billion RWA comes to XRPL? I talked about XRPL being the big player of this bull market, and I still absolutely stand by that sentiment. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. Smash up that like button to new all-time highs, just like what we're going to see with XRP. And as always, hit that subscribe button for more. We'll be here daily to bring you the latest and greatest in this cryptocurrency bull market. Don't miss it, otherwise you'll miss out. Thank you so much, everybody. See you soon. Bye-bye.